Hello world, boys and girls, shine your light bright like diamonds and pearls. You could be anything in this world. Weight on your shoulder, let that pressure like a curve. Hello world, they could not know my name. They could not know my name. They could not know my name. It's the come up. Now watch the world. Determination fuels belief is manifesting.
Oh, yeah, y'all. Welcome to another episode of The Come Up. I'm one of your hosts, CJ the host, and also I got my co-host with me, Joe Killz, who always keeps it real. What's up, Joe Killz?
Man, thank you for the intro.
Oh, man.
Thank you for the intro.
No problem, man.
Everything's going good. Everything's going good. Everything is good.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's good. All right, man. I appreciate that, man. I know it's been a long week for me because I've been like, there's not been. You ever have those times where you're just like, I'm just done with work, just done. Like
Right, you've been having weeks like that for the last 2 years.
Man, yeah, I'm just done. Like this past week, man, I was getting what we call piped. I mean, if you guys know what I mean by being piped, or we say no Vaseline, you know what we mean. You're being fucked. That's it, you know.
Exactly.
So it's been a hard ass journey because it's just been so much of that going on at my job, and I'm just like, yo. And it's funny because it's one of my coworkers. He just got a job, and guess where he got his job at?
Where?
Disney.
Oh, damn.
I had to work with this dude all day. I was talking to him. He's like, yeah, I just got a new job. I started in July. Like, where are you gonna work at? He said, I said Disney. I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. Like, like you. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. I just love Disney. Like I do.
You want to go back?
I want to go back so fucking bad. Like I really, really do. I mean, even though right now it really makes sense financially, unless I came into a job there that was like paying me close to what I make now.
Right.
But then the one thing I was trying to tell him, because he was trying to debate to do it or not because it's a big pay cut, and I'm just like, well, man, isn't your sanity worth more, and your time? You're an actor and all this stuff. That makes you in the entertainment world a little bit better. Yeah. And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm saying all this shit to him. I'm like, why the fuck am I not saying it to myself?
Right. Because you can always see in somebody else's window before you can sit in your living room and look around.
Yeah, that's right. Dude, look at that, man. I appreciate that, Killz. I'm sorry. I should have the thing ready for that, but I didn't have the keys.
It's all right.
But I was like, yeah, man, that's true. It's funny how that happens, right?
Yeah.
I can give people some of the best advice possible. I think I give really good advice. And then it's like when it's time for me to apply it to myself, it's just like, well. But I think that's everybody.
No. That's not just a you thing. That's an everybody thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's you get an outside perspective on your life.
Yeah.
And so it makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody else sees, they're seeing unbiased.
Gotcha.
To where you're looking at it going, damn, I want to do this. And it's like, and then you come up with every reason why you shouldn't do it.
Word.
They can go from, they don't know what's going on in your life, but they can give you all the facts that they see, and it's completely unbiased. Yeah. So it makes more sense that way.
It was just so funny because I'm getting like, well, man, you can probably pick up another job. He's like, oh, I want to do Uber. And I don't recommend people do Uber for some reason. I'm like, I'd rather you do like Amazon pickup where you like deliver packages versus have people in your car. Because I'm thinking like when it comes to taxes and all that shit, it's different.
You could do Uber Eats. You could do,
shit like that.
When you talk about Uber, you're not just talking about the pickup anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. So when we're going through all these things, and I'm telling him what some other things he can do while working at Disney. Here's the thing, guys. It takes I'm not gonna say it takes a special Yes, I'm gonna say it. It takes a special person.
I don't know
to
why
work
you
at
tiptoeing
Disney.
around it.
And what I mean by a special person, like everybody's like, oh, you gotta be happy and joyful all the time. That's not necessarily the case. It depends on where you work, because if you don't believe, this sound real corny right now. If you don't believe in the magic, which is Disney, and what they're going for and what their aesthetic is, then it's not going to work for you. Disneyland calls their employees cast members because Disney itself is an ever going on production. So you're a cast member in a production, which is Disneyland. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're not a person that buys into that, knowing that when you come to Disney, you're playing a character, whether it's working at, in attractions and, working Star Tours, you're not just regular Joe at Star Tours. You are, hey, I came from, build yourself a backstory. I'm from Tatooine. I do this on the side, whatever. Like, you build a backstory, and it makes it fun and enjoyable, not just for the guests, but for while you're there. You know what I mean? And when I used to work there, I worked Buzz Lightyear. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm a Ranger First Class. Like, because if anybody's, well, here's the thing is, if anybody knows Buzz Lightyear, at the end, there's like this chart when you get off the attraction that shows you like what your score is and what you would be if you were an actual space ranger, right? So there's like Scout, Ranger, Ranger First Class, General, like all these different categories. So I'm like, oh, I'm a Ranger First Class. So, you know what I mean?
So you didn't shoot too high, but you wasn't bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I wasn't bottom of the barrel. I was a little bit up there. I was a little bit above average.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you get to move around?
So you can move around, within lands.
What I'm asking is, like, let's say normally I'm at Star Tours.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm having a bad freaking week already because I know my in-laws is coming in, whatever. Just joking. Mm-hmm. But my in-laws is coming in. Can I move over to, like, the Haunted Mansion so I don't have to wear a smiley face?
Well, no, not necessarily.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I'm asking.
So, I mean, they do what they call, sometimes you get what they call landlocked, and you just locked into that land.
Okay.
And you can cross-train. You cross-train first within the attractions in your land first.
Okay, so if I'm in Star Tours.
I can do Buzz.
I can do Space Mountain.
Space Mountain.
Okay.
That's really the three that you can do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Nemo's not considered.
No, it's considered more like Fantasyland, isn't it?
Yeah, it's considered Nemo's. I'm thinking, don't quote me on this, but I think Nemo's on the same thing as Autopia.
Okay.
So you can cross train for all
Gotcha.
these. So that's the same thing. So if you are pirates, you know what I mean, you can only do pirates because that's what's only one in. Well,
that's not considered part of where like the Jungle Cruise is.
Well, I mean, yeah, but see, here's the thing too about Jungle Cruise.
Sure.
It's like kind of like I used to work. It's a thing that you can't really. Harley. I don't know if they did this. This is back in the day though. They don't let you just go straight into Jungle Cruise because you have to be because you're the one. You're personally as a tour guide, so you're the person that is.
You could be one of the people loading the boats.
Yeah, but they all rotate. You know what I mean?
So okay.
You don't just stay at one spot. If you're a skipper, you're gonna be a skipper anytime. So
gotcha.
they all rotate. So they
gotcha.
It takes a certain person to work that attraction. Just
like
but you gotta be, I guess, asked, because same thing when I used to work at Knox. I did Calico Mine Ride.
Oh, damn, you just worked everywhere.
Yeah, I worked a lot of places. I was Jamaican at one point. At Calico Mine Ride, you couldn't hire right into that. So you had to be asked. You pretty much you had to be recruited to go over there.
Gotcha.
So same concept when it comes to Disney. How they hire people in certain sections. So now if you go to Fantasyland, you can work the original. How do you go? The original 7. I forgot how the word goes. All the ones inside the castle, like your Peter Pans, your Snow Whites. So you work all those. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. So it takes, like I said, it does take a certain person to actually want to
do that.
You know what I mean? It takes a person that does have to put on a smile or one. But if you mention, like, if you work at Haunted Mansion, obviously you're not smiling because you work at a Haunted Mansion. You know what I mean? It's all droomy and dead. And if you're a person that's an actor, you can work on a character there. You can build a character, work on your improv skills. Like, this is something that you can do as an entertainer
you can
there.
Build your own character?
Well, I mean, you think about it. Like, if I want to come in with a voice and do something, if I worked Haunted Mansion, I could be like, hello, welcome to the Haunted Mansion. My name is C-Ton. I don't know, something like that.
Gotcha.
You can make up a little character or go along with it.
I'm thinking Disneyland. I'm like, character?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking the ones that are in the full. I'm like, you can't make up your own character.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying. Yeah. You can do your voice and everything like that.
But even that's a hard ass process too, man. To become a character at Disney, dude. It's especially what they call face characters, which means a person that does not wear a mask or a furry or whatever you want to call it.
So like a princess or
something like a princess or something like that. They have to look a certain way. So they literally you get like 20, 30, 40 whatever people in a room, and they stand in a line, and the first audition is just them going up to your face and looking at you like,
no,
turn around, no, not really, and you can't be mad. It's like, well, you don't look like this person. Then when you get past that stage, now it's time to now let me see your acting capabilities. Now after the acting capability, how do you say this without saying something? Like, what's your mannerisms and stuff like that?
So I done cut off my mustache, shaved my beard, and I still don't get the job because I don't sound like what you want me to sound.
Exactly.
Oh, hell no.
That is it could be, you know what I mean? Same thing with like when you become a furry, you know what I mean? And it's just like, whether it be Mickey or Minnie or whoever the case may be, you'd be surprised, because of the height limit, how many small little, old women be playing Mickey. Like, it's a crazy thing. And, you have to do things, and you have to express your personality through with gestures and motions without, saying nothing, obviously, which is hard.
But that's just like, not to get off the Disney subject, but that's just like at Magic Mountain. Remember the dancing dude at Magic Mountain?
I've been to Magic Mountain once in my life.
No. I'm talking about the commercial, the dancing dude. The
old
guy.
Yeah.
That's a chick.
Yeah. Oh.
That's a girl.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a girl.
Damn.
In makeup, in prosthetic makeup.
That's funny, man. Yeah, I didn't know that.
A lot of people didn't know that. And because when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, all right. Yeah. And then somebody told me, that's my friend, right? I'm like, oh, really? Which friend is it? Who is it? Who is he? And I was like, no, that's a girl. I'm like, so now when I looked at, after that they told me to look, I looked at the commercial, and yeah, that's a girl.
Well, going back to, I know back in the day, I don't know how much of it is true, but when but Tinkerbell used to fly over the castle, that was actually done by a guy, you know? So there you go. So, I mean, it just depends on what they give you, but yeah. But I just want to say, anybody that is even thinking about working at Disney or who has worked at Disney, I mean, I loved it. I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. It did a lot for me. I've had friends that I've recommended to go there, and, they kind of gave me like crap about it at first, but then now they just love it. They've been there for years. And it's just like, oh, okay. Either people meet their significant others there. You meet a lot of friends there, which is so funny because my coworker, he was like, he has a friend that actually does work there too.
Right.
And he said the same thing. Like, yeah, she said like she meets a lot of people here, a lot of friends. I said, how long she been working there? She's like 3 years. I'm like, see, there you go. Like, it's just a place there where you can just be comfortable. It's like a sorority or a fraternity, of people that just enjoy what you do. And do you have to have a peppy personality? I mean, obviously you got to be upbeat, you got to be like that because you have kids, international. This is an international company. They do a lot of things. Is it expensive? Hell yeah. Disneyland is fucking expensive. I think right now, like, you look at the price for 1 day. How much was 1 day park up?
For
1 day, not park hopper.
No, not park hopper.
1 day.
It was $159.
$159 for 1 day at one park.
And that's not including parking. That's not including your lightning pass.
No.
Lightning pass is extra $20. Parking is extra $30.
Yep.
And if you want a park hop, it's an extra $60.
There you go. So
I priced it for me and my wife.
Yeah.
To park hop and every lightning pass and everything. Yeah. It came out to $508.
That part
for 1 day.
That part. Disneyland.
That's a PlayStation
resort, though.
5.
Yeah. Yeah. Disneyland's a resort. They'll tell you that in a minute. Well, this is a resort. This is not something like this is somewhere you just like you got to plan to come to.
I'm not getting a room.
Yeah, this is true. It is expensive. So, when you have people that that work there who have the obligation to get you either a discount to get in, that's a really hot commodity in California, especially in Southern California. And it's just one of those things. Yeah, it's expensive, dude. But I'm just saying, like, Disneyland does so much and puts so much into details. I can see why things cost what they do. I haven't paid full price for a Disneyland ticket. I don't know how long, though, because whether I have friends that still work there or just taking out on deals or just getting a freaking pass. Even though right now I heard through the grapevine that they might be doing away with the season passes.
Again.
Yeah, so they might not have season passes no more. After July, they will not be making passes.
Well, what does that do to people who already have them?
I think they let them play it out until it's over.
Until it's time for them to
renew. Until it's time to them renew, and then it's done. But I think they're making some type of new Southern California resident price where it's not like it's like a 3 day, like you can get 3 days for a certain price. I don't know if you can go, you have to do back-to-back days or you can spread that out over time. Because that's what it could be looking like.
I know they were doing at one time they did the Southern California 3 day pass. When they first started doing the Southern California pass, it was 3 days. You could go 3 times, but you had to do it all in 1 month. Okay. So it was like,
how much was that though?
I don't remember the price. But yeah, when they first started the Southern California deal, it was you did 3 days. You could do, as long as you did them all in 30 days, you were fine.
Oh shit. Okay.
I think it was like maybe $30 to $40 off the ticket, which wasn't bad at the time.
Yeah.
Because it was under $100.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it depends. If I feel like maybe that's the route they might be going back into. I don't know why they feel like maybe they're losing out on season passes, but I mean, the magic key, I guess.
I don't see how they're losing out on season passes.
Well, I don't know what the reason is behind this. I need to do more research into it. I'm sorry I didn't be prepared with that because Nia and I have a season pass and we love it. We go all the time.
I don't think this was a segment you were prepared to go into. Really,
no, that wasn't a segment. But I was just like, yeah, that's one of those things though. But yeah, we got season pass. We love it. You can go there to eat all the time. Go have some drinks. Go over to California Adventure and just go to a little Marvel area, which I know. You're going by the end of this month. You're going to.
Yeah, I'm going the last Friday of the month.
Yeah, and it's the first time you've gone back to Disney since when?
Since before Rise opened.
Before Rise of Resistance opened.
Yeah.
All right.
It was like they were opening, I think, the next month and a half.
So you haven't even stepped foot in the Outpost in the Star Wars Land area.
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
Oh.
I went on the Millennium Falcon ride.
Oh, okay. Smuggler's Run.
Okay. I did Smuggler's Run. But Rise of the Empire
wasn't open
yet, and they were going to be open, like I said, a month, maybe 2 months. And
which is dope, by the way. If you're a big fan of Star Wars, obviously that whole area is dope. But that particular attraction, it's very what's the word I'm looking for? Immersive, and it's very like detailed, and it's also, if you have the right people that are working it, makes you feel like you're in a movie.
Okay.
That's what I got. That's all I can say to you without giving stuff away.
Avengers Academy wasn't open yet.
Okay, so yeah, you still got to do that.
It's been a while. It was before the pandemic.
Okay, yeah, Avengers Academy is cool. I always run into Black Panther when I go. He's like the only one that's usually out. I've seen Thor a handful of times, maybe Loki, but all the rest of them I don't see that often. Just walking about, maybe I just missed them. And then they have the Spider-Man's show, which is, to me, not the greatest, but the end part is pretty cool. But when I go, they never, like, either because it's wind conditions or whatever, they don't get to do the whole throw Spider-Man in the air thing. But yeah, man, Disney, it's amazing. But speaking of things that are amazing, I think it's really time to go into our segment called CJ's Cinema Corner, man. And this is something that this movie has been out for a month or so now, and it's one of those things where it's just like, I know Killz, you had brought it up, so I'm just like, you know what, let's talk about it on the segment because I have some things to say. And which is Fantastic Beasts: Secrets of Dumbledore.
Which to me wasn't that big of a secret.
But and here's the thing, a lot of people thought that, like, oh my God, there's only like one big secret. But I really feel like, you have to really look at it and go in depth and really think outside the box of it just being like, oh, that's just a big secret. So hear me out, Killz, right?
I'm good. I'm with you.
So here's the thing, right? Obviously, there's a lot of things, and there's some spoiler alerts if you haven't seen it.
If you haven't seen it, it's been on cable already. So.
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? There's a lot of, I think it was the Secret Life of Dumbledore, was like he was going to reveal any secrets. The secrets within the entirety of the movie were revealed from old movies that we knew about Dumbledore, or what we didn't know about Dumbledore. Like, we didn't know the aesthetic of what happened between Dumbledore and his brother and his sister. Even watching all the Harry Potter movies, that was always alluded to. Even into Deathly Hallows Part 2, where he's like, did he ever tell you? Did he ever mention her? And it's like, no. Then you figure out, who are you trying to figure out? Like, who is this person and what exactly happened?
Well, they kind of explained what they did a soft overview of what happened between them.
In which movie?
In the last movie.
In which last movie?
The Hallows.
Oh, okay.
His brother kind of did a arcing overview of Dumbledore, his sister, and him.
Well, of course it was, yeah, but it was like
it was soft.
It was pointed to, but then when you see this movie, it explains a little bit more in depth. So that was another secret that you really did not know about.
To me, that wasn't a secret because it was already talked about.
No, and people wasn't really into that. Nobody was really thinking about that. That's why it was a secret.
Then you missed parts of the movie of those movies that were there. One of the big things in the movie that I did not know, but I figured out.
Okay.
Well, I want to get this straight though. I figured it out from the other Fantastic Beasts movies, but I didn't. The saltiness of the brother.
Okay.
In the Harry Potters, because those take place after Fantastic Beasts.
Mm-hmm.
The saltiness of the brother was truly hurt. It wasn't just the fact of the sister.
Mm-hmm.
The brother had a hole that was huge.
Yeah.
You know, a big part of him was missing, not just because of his sister. And I'm telling you, like he said, it's been out a month. If you haven't seen it, go watch it on demand. His son also dies.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It should have been the secrets of not Albus, but of his brother.
No, but that was the secret. The secret was the fact that Dumbledore knew that was his son. He knew that was.
He found out.
But it was still a secret that he knew that he kept from his brother.
Okay.
For the most part, and kept from everybody else because he's the only one that knew that this had to happen in order for certain events to happen.
And
that was a secret.
That was the other thing I didn't like. It was a whole Doctor Strange thing.
Yeah, but exactly though. But that was an internal secret that needed to happen. And then he kept secrets from everybody on that last couple scenes. He made everybody go and do their own little thing. He said, "Well, this is a secret these were secrets that only Dumbledore knew. Dumbledore only knew that this girl was going to be there because." He had to give prescription instructions to everybody. So everybody had their own individual secret that was given by Dumbledore. And who knew all those? Dumbledore knew because he was the person that created the secret between all of them to that way that moment could actually happen. That was another secret. Now, also, I'm just saying, like, there's so much detail that if you're not paying attention to the detail of it, you just think, oh, it was just one giant secret. No. And if you just watch the movies, let's just take not reading the books out. You did not know that Dumbledore was, in love with Grindelwald. Like, you didn't know that they had, like, some type of relationship, some type of past. That was a secret. The fact that they made the unbreakable vow.
Basically got married.
Yeah, one of those things where they couldn't really harm each other. Was a secret. Like, that was a big secret as well. The fact that just Dumbledore knew all these individual things that were going on. And, his brother, I said, a lot of things in Hollows, he said, my brother lost a lot of things chasing his thing to power, so we know there's still a secret out there on how he even got there, because his family, for the most part, it seems like either had the Elder Wand in their family or had it's the three brother story.
Well,
go ahead.
Now, the Elder Wand, what I did notice is, what's his name? Grindelwald? Mm-hmm. He had the Elder Wand.
Why do you think he had the Elder Wand?
He had the Elder Wand.
Why you say that?
When he went to challenge Dumbledore, he had the Elder Wand.
How do you know that was the Elder Wand?
Because I know the design of the Elder Wand.
Yeah, I don't think that was the Elder Wand, but okay.
The Elder Wand can only be one.
Mm-hmm.
And he beat Grindelwald.
He didn't disarm him, though. So he didn't even disarm him.
So then there's more movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was the Elder Wand.
I don't think there was, but okay, we'll agree to disagree.
We'll agree to disagree.
We'll
go back and watch it.
I'll talk to Nia about it because she's a big Harry Potter person and she reads the books.
See, this is the podcast she should be on.
It's a podcast she should have been on, but it's okay. But yeah, I thought there was so many different secrets in there. If you just pay attention to detail, and I just something I do anyway. So I'm just like, okay, I see how that connects. Oh, I see how that connects. Okay, here's that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The connections were there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the connections weren't there. I'm just saying that a lot of the secrets were telegraphed to me, just to me.
Okay.
Except for, like you said, the unbreakable vow.
Yeah.
And that was kind of hinted to in the last Fantastical Beasts because he was saying that he couldn't go after Grindelwald. And, you're like, well, why can't you?
Yeah. But you didn't know to the extent of what was going on.
To me, the secrets were revealed, but they were not explained.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
They were not explained why.
Yeah. So,
the explanations were what made this movie. I guess
The thing that kind of gets me a little bit weird is I forgot the name of the little beast, the little weird horse looking bird thing.
the chick.
I don't know what it's called, but y'all know what I'm talking about. The thing that knows if you're noble or whatever or whatnot.
Right.
And it originally it goes up to Dumbledore, and he was like, "No, I can't do it." You know what I mean? Like it's not for me.
Right.
And then now I feel like that alludes to some type of other secret. Like, why couldn't he do it if you was that pure?
And he
Why
picked you.
And he picked you? Why would you not be able to do it? So there's another secret.
Well,
that needs to be revealed, because maybe in my mind I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe Dumbledore knew or had some type of inkling that if I were to take on this position, I wouldn't be able to do Hogwarts and meet these kind of people that I have met.
Oh yeah,
and change these other lives.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. But to me, going back to Deathly Hallows 2, when he says, the things my brother did to attain the power he has, well, he just gave up a crap load of power.
Yeah, he did.
So that's why, like I said, to me, this explained the brother's saltiness towards Dumbledore. But it also, to me, showed me that you are judging your brother falsely to a point, because it's like he could have been the most powerful wizard in existence, which he could have still been the most strongest. But he could have been the most powerful wizard in existence. He could have led the wizarding world and did exactly what he did at Hogwarts throughout the wizarding world.
Yeah.
But he chose not to.
Yeah. Exactly.
So your brother took a step back.
Yeah.
And you're not acknowledging
because he has secrets within him that he knew that things that eventually need to happen.
Evidently, though, those secrets weren't that important, since the thing bowed to him.
Yeah. It did.
And showed that he was the purest of heart.
And that's the thing that I don't understand. What I don't get anymore, right, is I feel like if they're going to do this, I hope the future movies incorporate the same animal. Only reason I say that is because obviously it said it was one of the last ones that got, it birthed and all this stuff.
Right.
But if somebody's, we don't know where that particular one is at now. You know what I mean? After this movie.
It's with Newt.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying that we don't know going forward in other movies exactly if he's going to be grown up, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is that this person could have been, this creature could have been somebody that point out Death Eaters or people that were pure of heart or whatever the case may be. Like, this animal could have been doing that, and yet you showed us that he could, but when we get to Harry Potter, the creature's gone or it doesn't exist no more, but... And you guys don't talk about this beast and within any kind of history. So it's just like, that's kind of weird that if our leaders were selected that way at first, then why do we stop? So, feel like that's a gap that needs to be bridged in my mind.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I was just curious about that. But I thought it was a cool movie. It was a cool little flick. I like how everything came together at the end, how everything went down. I miss Johnny Depp playing Grindelwald. I'm not gonna lie to you, because he was good. I mean, who did play him? I forgot his name, but he did a good job. But it's not Johnny Depp. Like, that was a role made for fucking Johnny Depp.
True.
Like, of all the roles,
Jack Sparrow,
you
couldn't have put nobody else in Jack Sparrow.
You couldn't put nobody else Jack Sparrow. Like, he fucking killed that role, and I think he killed this role. You know what I mean? But obviously, things happen, and he wasn't able to. But yeah, Fantastic Beasts, the Secrets of Dumbledore was cool. I mean, it's also clickbait. I mean, the secret was clickbait. Like, you want to know about Dumbledore and his secrets, so let's go watch the movie. But it was really Fantastic Beasts.
You know something that just hit me, though?
What?
And I've been thinking about it since we started talking about it. And we've been going on about this, and it just, like I said, it just hit me. We've been talking about Albus.
Yeah.
The movie is called The Secrets of Dumbledore, not The Secret of
Albus Dumbledore.
So I'm going to retcon everything I just said, because it wasn't just about Albus's secrets. It was about all the Dumbledore secrets. And so I'll give you that. Great. Not all of it was predictable.
Yeah. So it was just like...
all of Albus's secrets
you thought were
predictable. But
I don't know about that.
Like I said, except for the one...
Yeah.
the love of another man.
Yeah, but I mean, but I think he had a bunch of, like I said, I still think he had a bunch of secrets that, he held secrets. He held secrets from them. I don't know. It's a bunch of stuff,
but see, he didn't hope. See, well, I guess when you have secrets from that you hold with other people, they're still secrets.
Yeah.
Because Newt thought he had the case.
Yeah.
But his, what would you call her?
Assistant?
His assistant had the case the whole time.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing about it was when they were picking up the cases, my wife was sitting next to me and I go, damn it, the case is already there.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, why would you say that? I'm like, because she walked into the tailor shop and said, I need half a dozen. Mm-hmm. That's 6. Mm-hmm. Plus the one she's already got. That's 7. Mm-hmm. There were only 5 cases on the floor.
See, that detail right there. Who knows? Who knows? What else
but I'm one of those kind of guys that will sit in a movie and pick it apart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Why did this happen? So, so the 5 cases on the floor, because, we only had 5 people. Mm. I got that. When you only got 5 people, but there's supposed to be 7 cases.
Yeah. This guy.
I'm that guy. I'm that guy who sits in the theater and goes, nope, something's off.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about that, too, is who cares? But definitely, no, I get what you're saying, though, being those details like that. But like I said, those are secrets that he only knew. He only knew that this person needs to have this, and everybody had their own individual stuff, right?
Yeah. Because even in the alley, he told him, he's like, you don't have to worry. You drop the case whenever you get ready because you don't have the case.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
Like, how do you know? Nobody's supposed to know what case, who has what case.
Yeah, but he has all the secrets.
But then again,
and then
he turned around when they picked up the case. He's like, no, you don't want that one. Mm-hmm. He was like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Don't pick these wrong ones and shit like that because things need to play out. But speaking of playing out, then, I think it's time for the Joe Killz Keeping It Real segment, man. What's good, Joe Killz?
Oh, man. Today, I'm getting on the medical field.
Uh-oh.
Because, I look back and I really look at what we charge for medicine.
Oh.
And maybe it's not the medical field per se, but the pharmaceuticals. But the medical field is supporting it.
Okay.
Quoting another movie, head of state. How are we charging more for medicine than people can go get drugs that are illegal? People who have cancer can't get helped because it costs too much.
Yeah.
They talk about the AIDS epidemic. Please, we got all these pills out there that reduce your AIDS to damn near nothing. You still got it, but it reduces it to nothing to where you can't pass it on. Evidently, if we can get it that far down, we can cure it.
Okay.
It just seems to me that we are not doing the things that we should be doing to help people who really need help.
Okay, I can understand that. I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, that's always been a big thing. Is the money's not in the cure; it's in the
in the treatment.
In the treatment.
But we used to be in a place where we tried to cure things, and we've gotten away from that.
When was that?
Back when medicine wasn't really medicine, they would consider it witchcraft. Mm.
Yeah, well, speaking of witchcraft,
damn, that's a segue.
Well, I'm just saying, because you think about, I don't know if there's records or early accounts, pre, how do you say this? I don't know how to say it, but anyway.
Pre-medieval times?
Yeah, medieval times, or even in medieval times where, people they had something and it wasn't called cancer, but they had these symptoms that were just like cancer. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's any record accounts of that historically within medieval history, Renaissance, or, pre-Columbian, or whatever the case may be. Is there any records of that? If not, then what were they doing well back then? And now we have, like you said, we have these cancers, different kind of cancers and stuff like that. How did this shit come to play around? How did this shit come into act if they weren't really worried about it then? Or maybe they were, but we just don't know. But anyway, that's just a weird little segue I had. But yeah, man, I totally agree with you, man. It's too much money for for stuff, and because it's too many hands that have to deal with it. You know, you got the person who has to make the damn drug. And after the person makes the drug, you got the person that bottles the damn drug. Well, it's probably the same company, but you know, and then it has to go to CDC, right? And then it has to make sure it's getting tested properly. So all the people that tested had to get paid. All right, then all the people who made it had to get paid. Now we got distributed. The person who distributed got to get paid. And after that, it gets to your fucking table. It's like, oh, well, it had to go through so many hands, and everybody had to get this payment for that shit to happen.
Well, shit, the motherfuckers who had to test it to make sure it worked, you only had to test it once.
But you still got paid for that.
Okay,
you
but
still
you got
paid.
You only get paid once for it.
Yeah, that's true. But that's my job is to test it.
We're not giving you millions of dollars to test shit.
Nobody said you got to give $1 million, but you know, you don't know how much one bottle of aspirin costs. Like, you couldn't tell me. I mean, as far as like to make.
Look.
And then the machines.
When you can take medicines that's basically natural ingredients, and you can take a tomato sauce, which is natural ingredients, and it costs you less to make it costs you the same price it takes to make the tomato sauce, but 3 times the amount to buy the medication than it does a tomato sauce. Something is wrong.
Oh, okay, Killz. I think you're doing that too much, man. Like you're disrespecting the process. It was just take
I'm not disrespecting
the chemist that has to break all those elements down. Yeah. Tomatoes, you're right. Tomatoes. Get some tomato paste. How do I do tomato paste? Go get some tomatoes, put some sugar, whatever the case means, stomp it out, whatever, and I can I have my tomato sauce. But you're talking about people who make pills. There's so many different things within the pill that a chemist or somebody has to break down.
I'm not saying it's not trial and error. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. And I understand the chemist has got to get paid. Mm. But the chemist is also getting paid on making aspirin, making Tylenol, making Motrin. And they're still getting paid on making similar shit.
Or maybe not that similar. I'm not a scientist. I couldn't tell you. Break it down.
I understand that.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, people, that's just how it works. The breakdown of it. Like, you know, you save more money if you did it all yourself, right? You know.
And that's why a lot of people are going to natural medicines now.
Yeah, but in the drug industry, nobody cares about that. I mean, illegal drugs, nobody really cares about.
I'm not talking about the illegal ones. I'm talking about natural medicines.
Okay, well, natural medicine still. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's hard to do home remedies. You know what I mean? Like, you mean
it depends on your illness, but yeah, I understand.
Yeah, if let's say it was like, well, I wanted to save money, but I want to learn how to make aspirin from home. How do I do that? Like, how do I learn?
You could probably look that shit up on the internet.
You think it's a YouTube video on how to make aspirin without being a red flag to the fucking police that he's buying all this shit?
Well, no, but I believe that you can find anything. I believe that, yeah, you would get red flagged the minute you looked it up and downloaded it.
Could you explain that to the cops and like they came, you know, and they got a warrant for your arrest or a warrant to search your place?
Making aspirin.
It's like, you know, you had some suspicious activity on your website, on your computer, and we're here to just seize and assist and see what's going on here. And I'm like, okay, cool, check it out. So what are you cooking up? I'm making aspirin. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to save money and make aspirin.
Make my own aspirin.
I'm making my own aspirin, making my own Tylenol. Like, but you could you even do that? Like, could you even do that?
I mean. Like I said, I don't put it past there being the recipe to make it. But like you said, the minute you hit the word download.
Yeah, it's like, oh, shit. You know, a knock on your door simultaneously.
Exactly.
Download. You got, this is the FBI.
First of all, I want to know, how did you get here so damn fast?
Yeah,
especially in a black neighborhood.
Yeah.
When I can't get you to come here for a gunshot.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But, you know, people make their own bullets. People make their own, you know, but like you talk about aloe juice, you know, not too long ago, but like, you know, we have an aloe plant that we grow. So do we use
can juice it?
I mean, I guess you can juice that and make aloe juice, put some sugar in it, whatever. Mm-hmm. But there you go. But as a natural remedy, like it's like, but a lot of people, like I know a lot of Hispanic families, not just Hispanic, black families.
You can use the aloe for burns?
Burns, yeah.
You can literally break off the leaf.
I know that. I'm about to say that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It stink as hell, but it stink like a motherfucker. Like,
but
you can use that for injuries, yes, but it works. Yeah, exactly. It's like a natural thing you can use. But I mean, the whole thing is about having trying to have natural things that help out. But then it's like people got to make a living, right? You got to buy shit. It's all about conveniency. Like it's just convenient for me to just go and buy something versus me to either make it or take the time to be like, you know, that's why. But organic costs so much.
Yeah.
You know, not even just organic, all natural drugs. You know, whatever the case may be.
Just
Well,
fruit and vegetables.
Yeah, fruits, vegetables. Like, why is it? Why does I have organic? Why does it cost so much? If it was, less of a process for it to be made, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Like, I like certain water. Like, I don't like drinking water that just says purified on it, because I feel like it's taking out the natural minerals that you need for your body. And I actually watched that on a Netflix show. I forgot what the name of the show was, but anyway, so they were talking about that, like, water is very good for you, obviously, but it's the water that has all its naturals still in it, like your spring waters, your volcanic waters, your Fiji water, all those big time ones. Like, nobody wants to pay that much money for water,
right?
But you're missing out on those minerals. And it's like, well, if it takes less of a process, then why the fuck am I paying more? So that's the thing, you know what I mean? So that's the real question we should be asking, you know what I mean? But yeah, Killz. But to your point, you're right.
It's just like I said. It's one of those things that you wonder why.
Yeah.
You just wonder why, and that's what I'm wondering why.
I get it, man. Well, I'm wondering why are we taking so damn long to wrap this up? But because I know we got some things we gotta do. I know you came over here with a damn headache, feeling nauseous and shit like that, and now you better go watch a fucking movie
in motion seats.
In motion seats. So hopefully you don't throw up on nobody. But but Killz, man. Yo, this has been another interesting podcast, guys. Killz, you got something for the people before we get out of here?
Oh no, just be healthy, stay safe. We love you all.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Man, appreciate you guys tuning in, watching it on YouTube, doing all the things, guys. If you guys have any questions, anything you guys want us to talk about, feel free to DM me, email me, whatever the case may be, get a hold of me somehow. But this has been CJ the host, my boy Joe Killz, keeping it real. And we out of here, guys. It's the come up.
You could be anything in this world. Weight on your shoulder, let that pressure like a curve. 1, 2, hello.